2nd February 2022. Morning Murli. Om Shanti. BapDada. Madhuban. Sweet children, you are now being sustained with God's treasures. Your duty is to distribute the treasures of knowledge and benefit everyone. Question: what wonderful games do your children play when there are omens of Maya? Answer: when there are bad omens, you forget all three: the highest on high Father, the teacher, and the Guru. The wonder is that even very good children whose intellects had faith say, I don't believe this. They are amazed by the knowledge when they hear it. They relate it and then they run away. Today they say Mama, Baba, and tomorrow they disappear. One can't even say anything. However, Baba says they will all still come because they all have to receive refuge from the one Father. Song: Salutations to Shiv. Om Shanti. Your children hear this song from time to time, and you also remember your Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, the one from beyond this world. You always remember someone from whom you receive one type of happiness or another. In Benares, there is a Shiv temple. Many people go there and remember the incorporeal Father. Similarly, everyone remembers Lakshmi and Narayan because there was happiness in their kingdom. This is why there is praise of the king and queen. The whole world remembers, O God, the Father. He alone is the Father of the world. No one else is the Father of the world. Incorporeal God is the Father of the world. That one alone is called the Avatar, the reincarnation. He is the only Father who doesn't have a subtle or a physical body of his own. Even Brahma, Vishnu, and Shankar have their own subtle bodies. They wouldn't be called the incarnation either. The word incarnation is very elevated. He is the Father of all, the purifier who gives everyone happiness. All human souls are at first Satopradhan when they come, and then they go through the stages of Sato, Rajo, and Tamo. Souls have to become impure and unhappy. Everyone takes rebirth. Even Brahma is called human being. Even the dual form of Vishnu, Lakshmi, and Narayan are called human beings. He cannot call them the incarnation either. Only the one is the incarnation. The Father comes to give you children the inheritance. He comes when the whole world has become impure. All human beings are the creation of God, the Father. Everyone definitely speaks of God, the Father, by different names and forms. The intellect of every soul remembers that Father. It isn't that they remember Brahma, Vishnu, and Shankar. Neither Brahma nor Vishnu or Shankar would be called the Father. Only the one Creator is called the Father. When it is the confluence age of the cycle and all human beings have become impure, the Father incarnates in order to make the Iron Age into the Golden Age. He is the Creator. It is shown that He carries out establishment through Brahma, destruction through Shankar, and sustenance through Vishnu. He comes in Bharat. Shivratri too is only celebrated in Bharat. But people don't know what the name, form, land, or time of Shiv is. The Father says, because of not knowing me, they say that I am omnipresent. They defame me a great deal, and because of that, the people of Bharat have become completely impure. I come when everyone in Bharat has become an impure soul. There cannot be any pure or charitable soul in the Iron Age. Pure souls reside in the pure world. That is called the completely viceless world. In comparison, the Iron Age is the vicious world. The confluence of the end of the Iron Age and the beginning of the golden age is called the confluence age. The silver and copper ages are not compared in the same way. The end means the end of the whole of the old world and the beginning of the new world. The golden age is the pure world, and then the degrees continue to decrease. Even the golden and silver ages are not said to be equal. The Father says, "Your children recognize me number-wise." Thus is said at this time because Maya is in front of you. She repeatedly makes you forget. You say that you are the children of Brahma and the grandchildren of Shiv. Even though you say this, you forget. On the path of ignorance, you would never forget something like this. Here, sitting in front of him, you say to him that you are not the children of Brahma. You completely forget. You forget to such an extent that you never remember him again. Thus is a great wonder. You people of Bharat know it is the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, who creates heaven, and it is Maya Ravan who creates hell. You then forget both these things. You neither know the Father nor Ravan. People worship Shiv and burn an effigy of Ravan. But the wonder of it is that they don't know the occupation or biography of the one they worship. They also don't know who Ravan, whom they burn, is. All the kings, queens, and subjects are included in the human beings. All have degraded intellects. The Father explains, none of the others who come to establish a relation is called a reincarnation. Only the one Father incarnates in Bharat. But the people of Bharat forget thus. Although they worship the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, they don't know when he came or what he did when he came. They do not know the Father, the beginning, the middle, or the end of creation, or the biography of the deities, and this is why they are unhappy. The people of Bharat were so happy at first. They were the complete masters of the world. Now those people of Bharat do not know they were pure and elevated. If they do know it, the wonder is that they don't know how they became it. The Father explains everything so clearly. To whom would he explain? I explain to my children. I reveal myself in front of my children. However, even the children should also be revealed. They say Mama, Baba, and then forget. This is a wonder. On the path of ignorance, one can never forget the Father, teacher, or Guru. Here you forget the paralogic Father who is so great and who removes all your sorrow. This is why it is said, there are those who were amazed by the knowledge when they heard it. They related it and then, "Oh Maya, you are so powerful." You are those who belong to the unlimited Father. You consider him to be the teacher and studied with him, and you also consider him to be your true Sadguru, and then you forget all three. When you forget one, you forget all three. When you remember one, you remember all three, because all three are combined. He himself is the Father, teacher, and Sadguru, and he is accurate. He says, I am the Father, and I will definitely take you to the Supreme Abode. I am your teacher, and I will definitely teach you and make you into kings of kings. I am the Sadguru, and I will definitely take all of your children back home number-wise, according to the efforts you make. He guarantees this. While moving along, you forget such a Father. The bad omens of Maya are such that today you say Baba, and tomorrow you say that you have doubts. This continues to happen. Yes, some will come and claim the inheritance at the end. When the omens are removed, they will come here. It is fixed in the drama. Destruction has to take place. Whose refugee would you seek at that time? The bestower of salvation for all is one. He also takes everyone into his refuge. Everyone will come and bow their heads. But what will they be able to do at that time? At that time, such big crowds will not be able to come here. This play that has been created is very wonderful. What would so many big crowds of people come here and do? Destruction will then very quickly come in front of you. Yes, they will hear the sound of the Father says, "Remember me. You now have to return home." However, what would be the benefit of meeting at that time? Baba gives the direction that even if someone is abroad, he can continue to remember the Father, so his sins can be absolved. His final thoughts will then lead him to his destruction. Everyone is to receive the message. How could so many people meet in one place? A very wonderful drama has been created. Everyone will know that the Father has come. Not all Christians meet the Pope. They can't all go there. Here too, everyone will know at the end that the Father has come and that he will liberate everyone and take them back home. Such a huge destruction is to take place. The rosary of Rudra is so big. In comparison to that, the rosary of Vishnu is so small. In fact, it could also be said that the whole rosary is that of Vishnu. First of all, there is Vishnu. The great-great-grandfather of humanity is Brahma. Brahma then becomes Vishnu. The dual form of Vishnu are Lakshmi and Narayan. There is no difference. These are very wonderful things. Continue to chant these things and you will stay happy. Baba has explained to you that only the one is said to be the reincarnation because he doesn't have a body of his own. Everyone else has their own. Baba has to take a body on loan. The others have their own bodies. Anything that is taken on loan belongs to someone else. No soul would say that he has taken a loan. The soul says, "This is my body." Shivbaba cannot say, "This is my body." He simply takes the support of it to give you children knowledge and to teach you yoga. Your children also know that Baba has taken the support of this body and yet you repeatedly forget this. When you become body conscious, that regard for him is lost. Otherwise, if you knew who Baba is, you would definitely obey his orders. You have to take Srimad at every step. But Maya makes you forget. You then sometimes follow Srimad and at other times you follow devilish directions. Sometimes that side is heavy and the other side is light. You sometimes follow his directions and at other times Maya's directions. If you continue to follow the Srimad of Shivbaba alone, that is fine. You then continue to ascend. However, some still follow their own dictates. You definitely have to put into practice the directions the Father gives you. Then, whatever happens, it's said to be the fixed in the drama in that way. The kingdom has to be established. There cannot be the slightest difference in that. Many come to meet the Baba, but when they go back home, everything is finished. They don't come with full faith. Some have 5% faith and others have 15% faith. On the path of ignorance, when you realize someone is your paternal uncle or a maternal uncle, you wouldn't have any doubt about it. Here Maya brings doubts and makes you fall, which means that there wasn't any faith at all. Even while they are developing faith, they disappear. It is a wonder. That one is the Father, Teacher, and Sadguru. Each one takes knowledge number-wise according to the efforts they make, as in the previous cycle. However, much interference each one took in the previous cycle. Each one acts according to that. A rosary of Brahmins cannot be created at this time because there continues to be bad omens and so they break away. They then go into the rosary of subjects. In the subjects too, they are sometimes one thing and sometimes another. There is definitely a rosary. There is the rosary of Rudra and the rosary of Vishnu. One is a spiritual rosary and the other is a physical rosary. A very good, unlimited and clean intellect is needed to understand this. You need to be faithful and obedient so that you continue to pay full attention to Srimad. Shivbaba's service is so great. People say, "Oh, purifier, come." Baba establishes the pure world and it then becomes impure. Then the Father has to come to purify it. Such a wonderful part is played at this time. This is why the greatness is of the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, playing his part. The number one memorial is of the One. People celebrate the birthday of the One who does everything. There is also so much praise of the One whom he makes like that. All human beings at this time are impure and corrupt. In the golden age, they were elevated and residents of the land of angels, means Paristan. There is the difference of day and night. We are now claiming the inheritance from Shivbaba. What do we have to celebrate at this time? Celebrations take place on the path of devotion. At this time, you have to make a lot of effort to follow Srimad and also to do service. A very good system has been invented to explain at the exhibitions. You children have to pay full attention to doing godly service. Those who are being sustained with godly treasures have to do full service so that human beings can quickly benefit. Acha, to the sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance and good morning from the mother, the father, BapDada. The spiritual father says Namaste to the spiritual children. The spiritual children says Namaste and good morning to the spiritual father. Essence for the dharana. First point, in order to go into the ascending stage, follow Srimad at every step. Recognize the Father accurately, be soul conscious and have full regard for him. Second point, pay full attention to doing godly service. Make your intellect clean and unlimited with remembrance. Blessing, may you be soul conscious and with the light and might of knowledge become an embodiment of remembrance. Explanation, the eternal form of a soul is an incorporeal form of light and your original form is a deity. You will be able to keep both forms in your awareness when you practice having the soul conscious stage on the basis of the light and might of knowledge. To be a Brahmin means to be an embodiment of remembrance with the light and might of knowledge. Those who are embodiments of remembrance are content themselves and also make others content. Slogan, to experience greatness and ordinariness is to be a great soul. Om Shanti